Well, at the top of the hour, we got word from President Vladimir Putin that he officially announced Russia will conduct a military operation in eastern Ukraine.
Joining us now to talk more about this is political professor William Muck from North Central College. Thanks for being here. So first, can you tell us about this dark speech from Putin tonight? A lot of threats from him as well about other countries trying to get involved.
Yeah, so much is playing out literally as we speak. Putin gave a speech at 5:40 in the morning Russian time. While he was doing that, the Security Council is having an executive session. I mean, all of these things are playing out. And exactly, as you noted, Putin's speech was really dark. He was threatening to the West, threatening to anybody who might intervene. He was talking about wanting to denazify Ukraine. I mean, this was maybe the most ominous language we've seen out of Vladimir Putin over the last couple of weeks.
And the specific line that I think caught everybody's attention in that speech, where Putin warned other countries that any attempt to interfere with the Russian action would lead to, quote, consequences they have never seen. What do you make of that?
I think we're heading the ugly conflict here, right? So this is not going to be, I mean, early on there was some speculation that he may just take those two small separate parts of eastern Ukraine, but this sounds like a full-out invasion. He's going to be moving towards the capital. It means it's going to be ugly. It's going to be a bloody conflict. We're also seeing cyber war play out at the same time. So this is going to be a multifaceted attack. And it's really scary what we're talking about here. And Putin has surrounded himself with hardliners, and they see themselves as historic figures. And he's throwing a lot of blame on the West, and that what he is doing is just again very, very dark and ominous language here.
So let me ask you this, because a few days ago we heard about families trying to leave, people here in Chicago who are connected to people there, obviously, getting these emergency alarms when they're at work to leave and then go back to work. So it sounds like not everyone was able to get out in time. Is that right?
Right. It sounds like people in Ukraine have been acting as normal as possible. And the capital has been full. And the stories you hear are that people have packed a bag, but they haven't left. Well, if the attack is playing out, and specifically if Russia begins attacking the capital, Kyiv, we're going to see refugees. We're going to see people fleeing. And those individuals are going to be going to Poland, to Romania, just trying to find safety. And I think that's also a really important issue, because you're talking about a refugee crisis once again in Europe. And we simply haven't seen incidents like this since World War II. I mean, you could talk about Yugoslavia in the 90s, but this is really the most dramatic crisis we've seen in Europe probably since World War II.
Right, and we are seeing reports on Twitter and other social media sites of explosions in Kyiv even as we speak. So apparently the attack is on there as well. Once again, underlining your opening statement about this is not a piecemeal effort. It's not a small-scale operation. It's a full-out assault.
It's very clear that speech was Putin declaring war on Ukraine and making it very clear that if anybody wants to intervene, specifically he's referencing NATO allies, there's going to be a heavy cost to pay. And this means that we're going to hear from the Biden administration, I would guess, early tomorrow morning. The speech that the UN ambassador gave was scathing about what Russia is up to. The UN Secretary General was also scathing and told Putin to stop your troops, give peace a chance. I mean, everybody is trying to reach out to Vladimir Putin at this point, and it's clear he's not interested in diplomacy, and he's going to plow ahead with this, again, World War II-like invasion.
All right, Professor William Muck from North Central College, thank you so much. I'm sure we'll talk to you tomorrow after the president speaks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.